All right, what's good, everyone? Accent Boy here, back with another video. I'm here with a very horrible video that I'm gonna report on, and this time we have this so-called dusty ass 14-year-old young Pookie and Ray Ray dude out of Alabama who decided to take the life of two young females, and it's very, how should I say, it's very devastated to really think about the situation, because here we have a 14-year-old who's supposed to be in school or doing something with his life productive, take up himself and kill two young girls, but we don't know the reason why. I'm gonna let the news play it out for you guys so you guys go hear and then come back and react to it.
The community was shocked when two women were found shot to death in the 200 block of Fifth Avenue last night, but now new details are coming out. Good evening, I'm Mike Gerspan, filling in for Amanda Arnold this evening. We have live team coverage with Robert Smith Jr., who's got more on the victims, but first to WDHN's Aaron Dixon live at the scene of the murders with the latest.
Mike, I'm at the intersection of Hamilton Street and Fifth Avenue in Dothan, and tonight it is pretty quiet. But last night it was the scene of a double murder investigation where 14-year-old suspect Vincent Lamar Oliver Jr. is accused of killing Jasmine Bean and Jalexis Wells. When police arrived at the Dothan home on the 200 block of Fifth Avenue, they found Jasmine Bean and Jalexis Wells dead from gunshot wounds. Neither Bean nor Wells lived at the home.
We have gained some information that there was possibly I don't want to say a party, but maybe a get-together at this location, and there may have been an incident stemmed from that.
Oliver Jr. was named a suspect by police this morning. Almost 3 hours ago, police confirmed that he had been taken into custody. He is now being held in the Southeast Alabama Diversion Center here in Dothan. Several photos of Oliver Jr. show him holding guns. He has been charged as a juvenile in the case, and this is not his first run-in with the law. He had active juvenile pickup orders of attempted assault first degree and one count of discharging a firearm into an occupied vehicle from July of this year. One Dothan resident was shocked when she heard that the suspect was so young.
But whoever did do it should not be walking free. But at that age, they need some mental health as well. I don't know how our parenting world is. There's too many people dying from guns.
We do not yet know the motive of the murders or how well Oliver Jr. knew the two victims. But police do believe that other people were at the get-together at the time of the shooting.
And I'm dearly sorry to both parents. I can only imagine this. This is very sad, having babies killing babies, for one. It is awful.
Now, due to Oliver Jr.'s age of 14 and a restriction of a court order, no more information will come from the police department at this time. But we do know that he is being charged as a juvenile, and that if he is convicted, he could be charged with life or life without parole. Mike?
And from Aaron, our team coverage moves to Robert Smith Jr. He's live in the newsroom with a closer look at one of the victims in this case. Good evening, Robert.
Good evening, Mike. I talked to one of the people closest to the heart of Jasmine Bean, her ex-boyfriend, who's been playing a pivotal role in her life since they were in middle school. David Campbell's heart was torn into pieces after finding out the news from social media and phone calls that his ex-girlfriend from middle school, Jasmine Danielle Bean, was killed Sunday night.
When I seen the pictures, it crushed me. Like, I couldn't do nothing. I dropped my phone and I just started crying. I laid on the couch and I was crying. And if I'm hurting this way now, how I would feel when I see her laying in a casket.
Bean, along with Jalexis Wells, were found dead in a home on Fifth Avenue after the Dothan Police Department responded to a shooting where they believe many gathered to hang out. Campbell says he had a brief conversation with Bean about 10 hours prior to the tragedy. He says they had a bit of an unusual conversation where he says she expressed to him about life being rough and trying to change for the better.
Her exact words to me were exactly what she told me was, she said, I feel like my time coming. She said she just didn't know when. And she said that all she wanted to do was make her mom and make her daughter proud. Because like I mentioned earlier, she was changing.
Campbell says Jasmine stayed to herself and tried to avoid any drama, even though it tends to try to find her. She was a sweet and caring person who always had her arms open for people to come and talk to about their problems. He says he and Bean have a special bond that dates back to middle school, and although they are no longer together, he made a promise to always be a part of her support system for her, her mother, and her daughter Azalea, who she leaves behind.
She was a young mother that was trying to make it out this city. No matter what we went through, we can fall off, argue with each other, break apart, but I'll always be there for Azalea if we couldn't have a friendship. Azalea's going to have everything she needs plus everything she wants.
Campbell says justice will be served for Jasmine, and he's glad to see those who truly knew her and loved her, keeping her spirits alive during a difficult time.
All right, so there you guys go. You guys saw here from the news what's basically going on. You have this dusty ass 14-year-old dude who killed two young ladies at basically a get together. Maybe it was a party or just a get together. They didn't state what the motive for him killing these two young females, but maybe there was a target. And it's just sad the direction that these so-called black dudes are taking these days. These dudes have no mercy for nobody life, and it's sad. These are kids that are doing a lot of these killings. A lot of these killings. It's not even a lot of us grown adults that are doing the killing. A lot of these kids have so much access to these guns, and it's just crazy. You have to wonder, how do some of these dudes get guns? And I guarantee all those guns that you see the news post of him, I guarantee none of those guns are legal. None of them. And for you as a 14-year-old who's supposed to be, who take up yourself posing with guns on social media, says a lot about you. You don't value anyone's life. You have nothing going on for you, but you want to be a gangster. And my thing is this, I'm wondering, where is this dude's parents? Where is the mom? Where is the dad? You know what I mean? And it's just sad that how a lot of these dusty ass kids grow up to be a product of their environment. And when I say dusty ass kids, I'm talking the bad ones, the ones who have nothing going on for themselves. You look at this dude, it seems like it's not the first time that he attempted to kill someone. But in the news, it said in July, they had a case on him because he actually tried to shot someone in a car. So this basically show you the road that this dude was going down in. He's basically a hitter, a shooter, who values nothing but the gun. And as you heard with the white lady on the news saying that there need to be some serious consequences for this dude. I don't agree with her talking about mental health, because everyone want to use mental health these days when they do something. He's grown enough to pull a trigger, so he's grown enough to face the consequences. But you know the sad things about these people? This dude is in a juvenile center and he's only 14. So you know what's going to happen if they don't charge him as an adult? He's just going to do a couple years, and when he get out, I guarantee he's going to go back to do the same shit over and over, just like some of these youths and just like a lot of these adults who get out. And it just sucks how the system is. These dudes, they don't get no type of harsh punishment. I don't give a damn if you're 14. You take away two innocent life away, one who was a mom. Where's the sympathy for that young lady family and also that young lady? But as I said, as we all know, the court system is all about making money at the end of the day too. These two young girls lost their life. It could thinking about it, it could even be someone who set these poor girls up. And it's just crazy how this dude target 2 girls. 2 girls. So maybe there was some type of beef going on, or maybe these girls know something, or maybe they get caught in a crossfire or whatsoever. We never know. But it's just crazy how these young youths are killing everyone. And this is why parents, you really have to be in your kids' life, man, especially in the black community. Because a lot of us are not there for our kids. And you so-called women who want to steer away the kids away from their dad, it's never a good thing. Because these kids need their dad just as how they need their mom. And a father figure is very important in the household when it comes to growing a lot of these guys. Because a lot of these women, you cannot raise these guys. Imagine if this dude did have a so-called father figure. Who knows? He probably did have one, or probably has one, but he just don't want to go down that road. He just want to take the high road as a gangster. But imagine if a lot of us black dudes did have a positive father in our life, or if our mom didn't stop our father from being around us. You know what I mean? And I feel like this dude is probably going to get a slap on the wrist. I do. Because in the news, it was saying that they don't even know what they're going to do with this dude. And he's 14. So think about it. If they didn't caught him, imagine what this guy would do throughout his years of not being locked up. You're telling me you're posing up with guns on social media. You got an AK next to you. These dudes have no value for life. And I hope they'll lock him up and give him some serious years and charge him as an adult. And not only that, even give him the death penalty so he could feel how those girls' family are feeling at the moment, man. Have no sympathy for these killers who value well nobody's life but theirs. 14 years old, you should be thinking about what you want to become after high school. Or work on some goals, or take part in school, sports. But nah, you out here want to pose up with guns, thinking that's the only way of life. And it's so crazy. These dumbass young dudes, I'm talking the ones in the street, it don't even make sense an adult even look at them and try to give them any type of life advice. Because these dumbass dudes, though, they don't even care. They don't even take any type of life advice. So what's the point of even trying to give them any type of advice? These dudes will look at you and say, oh man, shut the F up. What are you talking about? I'm a grown man. I don't need no one to tell me you ain't my dad, you ain't my mom whatsoever. That's how these youths are today. And I'm sorry for these youths growing up, man, because these young ass dudes, they don't have no sense. They're so emotional. They're on their periods every single day. And this is why it probably is important that moving forward, a lot of people, we gotta get that hammer just to protect ourselves. Because a lot of these robbing and killings are being done by the young ins. And it's just crazy how one of the girl ex said he just talked to her over 10 hours ago, and next thing, look at that, she's been shot and killed. And she was a single mom. Just goes to show you, like, tomorrow is never promised. Tomorrow is never promised to our soul. And it's just crazy, man, the direction that the youths are heading into these days. And I hope the family could get some type of justice, man. And I hope this dude probably get the death penalty, because he doesn't deserve to walk around freely, while the family of those two girls have to mourn and grieve. You know what I mean? How pathetic of the justice system to let a lot of these so-called killers and thieves and robbers walk around. Can't believe it, man. So people, just let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe.